Alright, welcome back to episode 15 of my Heroes Only challenge. We're on turn, I forgot, I'll name it soon, but I was going back through the list and let's see. Last episode was down around here, and so I headed up across the water here, and I'm now here trying to get in through here, feeling a little uncertain about do I head up, because it doesn't feel like there are capitals up here, but I'm not sure, and I'm thinking, do I want to split my troops or do I not? I ghouled a few more people, but there's been minor battles, minor ghouling hero there, but then this one was pretty big. So let's take a look at this to see how a full 12 stack does against attacking a force like this. You can see how I handle the number of units. They're not particularly good units, though, so it should be pretty easy to handle with some care. So as I often do, I'm picking a side, lining my guys up, and I think in this I do a bit of cheesing, because on these maps they like to place a unit there in that front right behind the gate, and I can have all my guys ranging them, but they don't want to leave the walls often, and so they will just be attacking with one ranged unit, and I'll be attacking through the gate at no penalty, which I don't really mind, especially with some of the good range stuff that I have. So I'm just lining all my guys up all in range of this thing, and so you will see them all stream in. Look at, isn't it crazy? Just all those heroes. So they come in one by one for quite a while, and then eventually things change up. I'll run this a bit more. But as you can see, I've got some folks who immolate, who stun, and I'm trying to prioritize people choking for fumes to reduce movement just in case. One of my dreadnoughts, I saved up some casting points for that. The -2 resistance is good. Also can help with ghouling, which I often forget about. But -2 resistance is pretty considerable in terms of debuffs, so it's something I have to remember in addition to the degenerate, although it can often be disjuncted. So this guy, yeah, he's got some fun stuff. So I love these weapons for ranged people because it, on ranged attacks, inflicts severe poisoning, which does dot damage over time. I have the razor projectiles, which does bleed damage if it procs, and then range strength. So when he hits, he is dealing a lot of debuff stuff, which is pretty fun. I wish that wouldn't move the camera. I wish I could just keep it there. But it's just ridiculous how many heroes are lined up. But again, cheesing, lots of experience, maximizing the amount of experience. I'm getting a little more brash here and kind of fanning out, so I can get a lot of people targeting this. A lot of debuffs with the throw curse with all the necromancer heroes I have, so I'm just totally fanning everybody out. Lots of debuffs. Just maximizing experience. I think I'm getting ready to be able to target someone up here too. So they're just super hesitant to leave the walls in a situation like this. Just fine. The Devout and Support Slayer just decimates these folks. So yeah, just have them lined up all over the place. They're doing their dutiful best, so it's just the limitations of the AI where you can really take advantage of their silly behavior in this way. So just getting XP up, lining everybody up. And I don't know when it is that they wise up, but okay. All right, see, so they finally get the picture. They're like, hey, this is not working. And so they charge in, and we're very much ready to handle them. And you know, I've got so many Necromancer heroes with greater reanimate undead, so I'm not worried about any particular person dying because I'll just raise them. Just again, the thing that I love. They're always going after that halfling with that 20% physical weakness, but moving in some of my tanky heroes, getting in melee range, devouring corpse. Ooh. Hitting like a brick. Hitting like a brick. Electrifying touch. Getting some heals in because I've distributed a lot of healing use items from the item forge to people. So that's how that went. Pretty low key. I don't know if there's anything else. Yeah, I don't think so. Theocrat. I would love a Theocrat hero. That's one of the few types of heroes I do not have yet. Pick myself up another sorcerer. Level 9 already. Trying to get close to animals. These are those anti-machines, so the melee and the shock. It would actually be better to be shock and cold because the dreadnought, juggernauts have lower resistance than they do, and they have higher defense. So it'd actually be better to replace the physical with cold. So the demolisher and the shock are excellent, but it should be +2 cold. So if I was to do this challenge over again, I would have maximized that. Preparing a warlord to lead an army, summon siege engine. So I'm getting up so he can do Scourge Undead. I was thinking about building this guy to be tanky boy. Inflict Enfeebling Fever is good to put on a ranged hero because their ranged attacks can lower defense for additional debuffs. This guy's at level 10. Unfortunately, my sorcerers they spent points on other stuff before I picked them up. That makes it harder for me to hit the 70 points necessary for Chaos Rift. But that is okay. That is okay. This is mostly the same. Put the martial arts on there. Slip away for the healing. Starting to send out seeker stuff for folks. This guy's getting pretty beef. So we got the 20 and 11, 16, 13, 20 and 13. Starting to stack some good resistances. Especially for a dreadnought like this, you get the 20% plus the toughness from the warlord. I mean, that's between this and that. You know, tremendous. Leveling up a rogue, he'll be tanky at some point. I'm going to want to give him enough casting points to do Shadow Step, as that will be a really useful skill. And trying to remember to put free movement on all the heroes that can't use this as an upgrade, as that will prove very useful later. So that's some of the stuff happening here in episode 15. I'll see you in episode 16.